Brian Mudd. This is the video cheat sheet for Wednesday, July 13th. Netflix is drawing the ire of many of us that are users. They are raising prices by as much as 60%. Netflix has been wanting to push people away from the buy mail DVD system and onto the streaming system for some time. This is either going to do that or chase people completely away from Netflix altogether. Netflix is branching into two systems. One will still be an $8 streaming-only option, but if you want the additional DVD by mail service, that'll go up to $15.98, or about 60% more than the $10 the two services combined had previously cost. If you want two DVDs by mail plus streaming, that now goes up to $20, which is a 33% increase. More information about that is right below here on my cheat sheet today. Apple users, maybe the reason that Apple is so successful is that their users are so happy that they download more, spend more, buy more. It's just a longer and lasting experience with Apple products. It turns out that users of Apple's smartphones and tablets download 61% more apps than all the others combined, and also spend 14% more on the paid apps than any of the other app companies for their smartphones or tablets combined. It's a pretty remarkable number, and it speaks to the level of happiness and the amount of time that Apple users spend with their products. So during the midst of the economic crisis, I kind of called it a leveling of the workforce playing field. Men and male industries ended up losing far more jobs during the economic downturn than female-dominated industries. Consequently, for the first time in U.S. history, we saw that more women actually had jobs than men in this country. And we also started to see a little bit of the pay gap being bridged. Well, since we have seen a weak recovery and there is some hiring going on, albeit light, we are seeing the trend start to turn around again. Men are now more likely to obtain work than women. In fact, the male unemployment rate dropped by 1.1% last month, down to 9.5%, while the female unemployment rose by about 0.2% to about 8.5%. Now, you will still notice that it's still more likely that you'll be in work if you're a woman than a man by about 1%, but we are seeing the trend start to change. Again, more information, just check out the link here on the cheat sheet today. A new twist on foreclosures. You might end up seeing a rash of veterans suing mortgage companies, especially after what appears to be a successful case by a National Guardsman who was foreclosed while they were deployed in Iraq. It looks like the banks, along with the robo-signing issues, ended up foreclosing on many different veterans, including National Guards folks, while they were away. This will be interesting to see how it all plays out. There are laws protecting servicemen and women while they are deployed. If you buy U.S. savings bonds from banks, well, you won't be doing that anymore come next year. Treasury Direct is the new source for you to buy Treasury bonds effective January 1st. Banks will no longer be able to sell you those bonds. Treasury Direct has been up since 2002, but only about 11% of all savings bonds purchased are done so through the website. So obviously that number will have to go to 100 by January. Be interesting to see if people catch on. Angry Birds. They are going to become, perhaps, the world's first 1 billion downloaded game. 1 billion downloads. They're over the 250 million mark, and they project that they'll be able to get there sometime by the end of next year. The Angry Birds folks said they're always looking for new investors as they're looking to develop new games and new ways for you to use their games. As you know, they started out as an app game, and now they're making major console games as well. That's the cheat sheet for today. More information right here in the links below. See you tomorrow.